money. Hey, I taste money. Hey, my God, I'm allergic to poverty. You saw what? So I'm using my sign to gather the poverty. Say, okay, now. No time, like the Statue of Liberty. Nobody knows tomorrow, so I'll be holding my destiny. Hey, as if you said a jungle, some people they bubble. I continue the struggle, struggle they double my destiny. As if you said a jungle, some people they bubble. I continue the struggle, they double my destiny. So I'm giving my testimony. I'm killing the pain and I'm giving the heat. So hey. No, I'm giving man everything, no. I'm living my life with a chop money. Hey, I don't have money. Hey, I'm a testimony, my testimony, my testimony. I don't chop, I don't testimony. I don't testimony. Hey, I'm a testimony, testimony, my testimony. I don't chop, I don't testimony. Hey, I don't testimony. Hey, je m'appelle Chop Money. Selling for rainy day, cause life is a dedicated. So make una see me as evidence. Baba God on my confidence, His blessing and endless. As if He send a jungle, some people they bubble. I continue the struggle, struggle to double my estate. As if He send a jungle, people they bubble. I continue the struggle, they double my estate.
Okay, so after serenading President Bola Ahmed Tinubu with P-Square's testimony, what else? President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is in France upon invitation by Emmanuel Macron, the President of France, to discuss what I don't know. I believe that this is coming after the G20 summit where President Bola Ahmed Tinubu exposed how vulnerable Nigeria and Africa is at the moment. And I know France has not rested since they had a bit of issue with their former colonies, Niger, Mali, Chad, Burkina Faso, and the other Francophone countries that ceded from them. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu had made attempts to invade Chad at the point, and he was stopped. He was going to do that for France. I do not know what Emmanuel Macron wants from Nigeria, but I realized that after the issues between the former colonies and France, he's been trying to cut some sort of friendship with Nigeria, and this itself has its consequences for Nigeria because we are battling issues around banditry, Boko Haram, and we have this joint task force with Niger, Chad, and our neighboring countries that are working with Nigeria to flush out Boko Haram terrorists. I understand that Nigeria has this bilateral agreement with France. I also understand clearly the role France played in sabotaging Nigeria in many ways in the past, during the Civil War, as well as the Bakassi Peninsula issue that we lost to Cameroon, and other issues where France played dominant role in ensuring that Nigeria's opportunities were blocked. I don't understand why President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is being invited to France to play what role. And if the discussions were so important that Emmanuel Macron sees a need to have such discussions, I think he should also have visited Nigeria to discuss what the issues were. I do not understand why developed countries are always inviting African leaders to discuss what is even not going to be favorable to Africa. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has shown how vulnerable his country is because he lacks the understanding as to how to fix Nigeria. And all he understands at this point is, where do I borrow money from and how do I get these monies? But we have seen clearly that his policies are not working. And even as much as he throws money at these policies and reforms he claims to be making, Nigeria may not have a lot to gain from some of the things we are seeing if we don't sit down as a country and work with people who have the experience, the skills, and if he also does not check corruption, that is also taking away resources that ought to have been utilized to fix Nigeria. I don't know how this meeting will benefit Nigeria, but one thing I also know is that whoever is inviting Nigeria has a lot to gain from that meeting, and this has always been the trend in Africa. There's a book I read, it's called The Economic Hitman by John Perkins. All I see happening resonates with what was explained in that book and the role these guys played in ensuring we are where we are today. I recommend that book for anyone who wants to understand what's currently happening around Africa. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has become a puppet And this is what they love to have. And sometimes they orchestrate it to happen this way. That's what I read from this book. And this is a confession from someone whom was known to be an economic hitman. I do not think that our solution lies abroad. Africa's solution lies within the continent. Nigeria needs to fix her challenges. We are not as vulnerable as President Bola Tinubu presented Nigeria and Africa to be. We only have leaders who have failed to use their brains. We only have leaders who have failed to employ the wherewithal, the resources, and the political will to tackle Africa's challenges heads on, particularly Nigeria. As we speak, currently, it looks like Nigeria does not even have an ambassador or a high commissioner in France. And with such a meetings, and if there are negotiations and deliberations that needs to be made, I believe that Nigeria should have done her homework properly and tied up the loose ends and presented a front on what they believe are the critical needs and how they needed to partner with France, but it does not happen that way. And this is one of the things that I clearly understood from the fact that the Bretton Woods institutions love to deal with Nigeria and Africa the way they do, because our leaders have no time to package and discuss and negotiate terms of any agreement. This visit, though at the expense of Nigeria, will benefit France. However, Nigeria is going to spend a lot of money on their president who is on this meeting that might not end up in our favor. But for how long do we intend to go on this path? President Bola Tinubu has traveled over 30 times in less than 1 year without bringing in any serious investments. And when you do the cost-benefit analysis, you will see that we have wasted a lot of funds on international trips and it's yielding no resource. And in some of the cases, these trips are rather beneficial to other countries, while Nigeria continues to pay for such trips. And this has been the trajectory of our issues for God knows how long it has been. I don't know what you think about this, but I'd like to read your comment about this developing story. And I say thanks for watching.